Well, hello, this is Kelly and I am the Mathematic Plumber. In today's video, we're going to discuss the dirt pocket and its simpleton brother, the drip pocket. All code references will be made from the 2020 CSA B149.1 gas code. So some of you might be wondering what a dirt pocket is. It's pretty simple. It's a pocket with dirt in it. Now that is very accurate, but when we're actually talking about gas, it's a sediment trap for debris and oil in the gas line. The most common forms of debris inside a gas line are going to be the swarf, or metal shavings from threading pipe, and the oil from threading it as well. But other stuff can get trapped in there, especially during the construction phase. A name that is commonly used for the dirt pocket in the field is a drip leg. The key difference between a dirt pocket and a drip pocket is the drip pocket is intended for condensation. This is an extremely rare occasion where condensation settles out in the gas line. The primary function of a dirt pocket is to protect the gas appliance that is downstream of it. So here we see a properly installed dirt pocket. The gas travels down this way, and then it turns the corner and heads over into the gas appliance. Notice how we have a nipple and cap there through a T. That is our dirt pocket. The positioning of the shutoff valve is also really important. Currently, we can shut off the gas to the appliance and to the drip leg. This is useful for cleaning the drip leg. The first code clause we're going to cover talks about where we need this. This is clause 6.13.1. A dirt pocket shall be installed at the bottom of any piping or tubing on the final drop serving an appliance other than an illuminating appliance, a range, a clothes dryer, an outdoor grill, a portable appliance or equipment, a decorative appliance, a gas log, a room heater, and an appliance incorporating a sediment trap. So when I speak that out in human terms, that means whenever a gas line drops down to any appliance other than that long list that I gave you, it needs a dirt pocket. What we can also deduce from this is if we have a gas line traveling up to an appliance above us and there's no dips in the pipe, we do not need a dirt pocket. The next clause I want to cover is clause 6.13.3. A drip or dirt pocket shall be located where readily accessible to permit cleaning and emptying. In short, this means it cannot be concealed. It needs to be accessible at all times so you can take it out and dump it out. Next clause, 6.13.4. A drip or dirt pocket shall be capped. This is an easy one. Put a cap on the bottom of it just like this nipple and cap that you see right here. Clause 6.13.5 specifically deals with drip pockets. A drip pocket shall be provided at all points in a piping system where condensation can collect, such as points where the piping is exposed to either wide ranges or sudden changes in temperature. I recently spoke with a technician that works for a gas provider, and I asked him when would this condensation occur in the piping, and he let me know this is when a gas provider fails to clean the gas properly. So typically this doesn't happen because generally speaking they're on top of this. Next, clause 6.13.6 deals with orientation. When a drip or dirt pocket is required by these two clauses, it shall be connected to the piping it serves through the bottom opening of a T, the other two openings of which shall serve as continuity for the piping system. This is a ridiculously wordy way of saying that drip leg or dirt pocket needs to come out of the bottom leg of a T. Gravity needs to work to your favor to get the condensation or debris out of the pipe. Now, because of the confusedness of this statement, one could interpret this to have the drip leg installed like this. But industry standard would have you install it this way. I prefer the industry standard. The next clause deals with sizing. We're going to break it down into two parts. 6.13.2. Both a drip pocket and a dirt pocket shall be sized as follows. A. The depth of the pocket shall be either 3 inches or equal to the internal diameter of the piping it serves, whichever is greater. Now, instead of referring to the depth of a dirt pocket, what I'm going to say is we're talking about the length of the nipple that's between the T and the cap. The minimum length according to this code is 3 inches long. The part of this clause that confuses some people is where it's referring to the internal diameter of the piping drop. What they're saying is when we have large piping systems, and we're talking greater than 3 inches in size, we need to match the length of that nipple with the internal diameter. Example, if I had a drop coming down that was 6 inches in diameter, I would need a 6-inch nipple for my dirt pocket. Unless you are in an industrial setting, you're going to find that most of the drops coming down to your appliances are 2 inches or less, meaning the typical length of your dirt pocket is going to be 3 inches in length. Part B of Clause 613.2 states, the diameter of the pocket shall be either NPS 2 or equal to the diameter of the piping it serves, whatever is less. This clause is solely referring to sizing the diameter of the dirt pocket. You are supposed to match the size of the drop coming down. So if I have a 1-inch drop coming down to serve an appliance, I need a 1-inch dirt pocket. Once again, if we put ourselves into the industrial setting where our drops coming down are fairly large, the biggest diameter of drip pocket or dirt pocket that we want is 2 inches in size. The rationale for this is all gas pipe over 2 inches in size needs to be welded. Well, we don't want to have a welded dirt pocket because we can't take it apart to clean it. So if our dirt pocket is maximum 2 inches in size, it's threaded. We don't need to weld it and we can take it apart and clean it. Let's look at this example. I have a 4-inch drop coming down to a large appliance. I have a welded T in place and a welded reducing coupling which takes us down to 2 inches in size with threads. And because I decided to follow the gas code, I actually have a 2-inch nipple acting as a dirt pocket, and it is 4 inches in length because I am serving a 4-inch diameter drop. The last part here is not a code clause, but more of an honorable mention for when we get into other jurisdictions. In places like British Columbia, they will require you to put a dirt pocket immediately before a gas regulator so debris won't make it from the gas line into the regulator, which can make it stop operating properly. Well, people, that brings us to the end of this one. Thank you for joining me. And remember, here at the Mathematic Plumber, we do it nice because we do it twice.